don't think I'll ever quite get used to sights like this. The ceiling sparkles like morning light shining through raindrops, and these pillars glow with the warmth of a setting sun. Now you must see what I mean when I was talking about seeing these sights for yourself. Reading about them is one thing, but seeing this ether channel for ourselves, I actually don't think my words can do its beauty justice. You look mesmerized, Robin. More impressive than you could have ever imagined, I take it? Now, don't freeze up on me again. We've just a little ways to go until we reach the ether spring. Come on. That aurora above ground sure was something, was it not? I don't blame the people back in town for being concerned, though. Such sights tend to be either harbingers of miracles, or bring ill omens. And considering how it seemed to be leaking out of the ground, I agree it doesn't seem to be any kind of natural light. So, the spring seems like the best place to investigate. Where does this ether spring originate? Well, you're aware ether channels run underground and spread ether across the land so it can thrive, correct? Yes, and such channels run from highlands down to plains, much like rivers. But the highlands aren't the only way the channels are supplied with ether. Ether can also trickle in through the ground from dead life on the surface. And in such cases that a large amount of ether from above clashes with that from the normal flow, that results in a spring forming in the channel. Such external ether sources are usually battlefields, or, as is likely in this case, a graveyard. Speaking of which, I'd wager we're right below the graveyard right now. We ought to be close now. That being said, I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for here, honestly. When we were told the ether spring was overflowing and could burst above the surface if left unchecked, I was expecting the problem to be obvious when we saw it, but so far... Should we be expecting to see a large glowing aura, perhaps? Or... Oh. Well, just that exactly, in fact. Good lord, it's almost blinding. And that rustling is so fierce. Is there a wisp at the center of this chaos? A concentration of ether this strong is very unusual, and indeed concerning as well. Well, in a way, it is just as well. This gives us the perfect opportunity to test that new tool of ours. Bring out the urn, Robin, if you would. Now, I assume you can just concentrate as you normally would and will the ether into the urn? It sounds easier than trying to scoop at it or something like that. I don't pretend to be an expert on these things. Still, it shouldn't be too dissimilar to what you've done before. Go ahead, Robin. Oh, what's the matter? Ah, you have a point. I suppose it could be quite dangerous with the source being this volatile. But I'm sure the Herald of Wisdom will have designed the urn to withstand such power. Knowing her, she probably would have expected we'd need it for such a use. So I'm sure it will be safe. Overwhelmed? But I've seen you harness ether before. I'm sure you can handle this just the same. Look, I won't hear any more excuses. I know you can do it, so go on. I apologize. I didn't mean to put so much pressure on you. I'm relying on you here. I suppose I can understand what you must be going through. If you can't harness an ether source such as this, what hope could you have to recover any from the north? But even if you're doubting yourself right now, so many other people believe in you. The king believes you can make the most of your gifts. Claire expected great things from you. And I also believe in you. I mean, you've come this far, haven't you? Journeying halfway across the kingdom for the sake of saving it from ruination. Not bad for a timid royal who'd barely seen beyond the walls of the capital before. You've made an incredible effort so far, and I'm sure you have the potential to do even more. So, you'll be fine. I know you can do this. Am I doing this right? Do you feel any better? All right. Now, take it slow. Don't hurt yourself. Just focus like you usually do. That's it. You're doing it. The spring is starting to settle. Now the noise is clearing. Do you hear a voice?
Only for him to take everything from me. That monster would be better off dead. He'd be better off dead.
Well, that sounds like quite the grudge. You know about the myth that the words of a wisp are said to be the strongest thoughts of the departed? I wonder if this wisp was backstabbed and murdered in their previous life. That betrayal must have had a devastating impact on them. Oh. I hope so too, Robin. Well said. There's more to society than a few bad apples. Dear departed, I too wish for you to find faithful relations in the next life. The bright glow has subsided. Now it is no more brilliant than any other in this channel. Problem solved, I suppose? Seems there may be some truth to that myth after all. In fact, I wonder if the intensity of emotions of someone in their final moments influences how much ether they emit as a wisp. Especially those of contentment, or regret, or even loathing. Perhaps the strength of that wisp's vendetta in death influenced its ether dispersal to the point of it losing control of itself. Settling here deep in the ether channel wouldn't have helped matters either. And maybe us restoring its optimism and faith in others helped it bring itself back under control? What am I even saying? Your curious nature must be rubbing off on me. Still, food for thought. Speaking of food, all this walking today has made me hungry. And I am sure you're exhausted as well, after doing such a good job here. How about we return to town and have ourselves a feast at the tavern? Not an actual feast, of course. Unless you're paying. I'm sure you could afford it. Fine. No feast tonight. Still, We should indulge in a hearty meal while we can. Who knows when we'll get the chance to have another one. Come on, let's head back. Bloody hell, now hits the spot. It's been far too long since I had a good drink. Oh, please. Just one ale won't do any harm. I'm hardly that much of a lightweight. I will still be able to serve as your bodyguard, even after treating myself a little. What about you? Aren't you going to have anything? Oh, let me guess. You've never had a drop of alcohol in your life, have you? I thought as much. Well, want to taste? Go on. Add another first experience to the list from this journey. Come on, you don't have to hold back. No one here will judge you. In fact, you'll fit right in. Loosen up a little. What your father doesn't know can't hurt him. Suit yourself. Oh, no. I don't drink too often. Just once in a while with the fellow soldiers. And even then, I don't have much. I have enough to savor the taste, then enjoy the company of my comrades. They teased me about not having much to drink for a while, but they grew to accept it in time. I just wanted to be able to make my own way home afterwards, you understand? I will hardly be a good captain if I can't be responsible. Restraint is the mark of a good leader, after all. Look, my temper's a separate issue, all right? And I'm trying to work on it. So, lay off. Whew, what a busy day. You look about ready to drop off, actually. It is to be expected. After all the traveling we did today, then testing yourself down by the spring, we may have pushed you far beyond your limits. What do you say we call it a night and return to our lodgings? All right then, let's head off. What? Excuse me. Oh, don't you try and turn this on me. You ought to watch where you stick out those feet of yours, you oaf. Look, if you have a problem with me, we can take this outside if you really want. Ooh, you think you can threaten me with numbers? I could take you all on with one arm behind my back. What, Robin? Don't worry. All I'm going to do is teach these men a little manners. Ah. You're right. It's not worth it. As much as I would like to fight this out, it would be best not to draw too much attention to ourselves, for your sake. What do you say we make a tactical retreat for now? Right then. Really sorry about this, gentlemen. How about we buy you a drink, and we'll be on our way. Me? A coward? You watch your tongue, you... Whoa! Oh, I say, Robin. Uh-oh. We'd better go. Well, chaps, it's been a displeasure. We'll be taking our leave now. Bye-bye. Come on, Robin. What a frill. It's been a long time since I've run like that. My word. I did not expect such language out of you. And what a right hook. He was out cold before I even realized what had happened. And after you encouraged us to make a truce, too. Luring them into a false sense of security, were you? I'm once again reminded not to get on your bad side. You punched him for my sake? Oh. Well, I'm honored, Robin. Just as well we reserved a room at this inn beforehand, eh? It's made for a nice place to hide, I suppose. And now we're here, I'm suitably exhausted. Let's turn in for the night. Oh, I forgot one small issue. They only had single bedrooms left. Not to worry, though. You, naturally, will take the bed, and I shall sleep on the floor. You... what? No. Sharing a bed won't be necessary. I'm more than capable of sleeping on the floor. I've journeyed across the kingdom and slept rough many a night by myself. I do not need to share a bed just to be comfortable. No, really. Oh. I couldn't possibly occupy the same bed as a member of the royal family. Imagine the scandals if anyone were to find out. Well, yes, it would be a perfectly moral arrangement. But, well, if you insist. Please, you get in first. Well then. Excuse me. Well, let's just try to fall straight to sleep, shall we? Good night, Robin. Hmm? Well, sleeping out in the open on my own wasn't so bad. It just requires a lot of setup. See, the trick was to set up traps a fair distance from the camp to alert me to any trespassers. With no one else to keep watch as I slept, I needed some safeguards against any enemies foolish enough to come close. You never know when you could be assaulted by savage beasts, thieves, bandits, men you happened to anger in the last town over, and people you thought were your allies. Actually, on second thought, I think it would be best for you to have the bed to yourself. No, I apologize. I never meant... I've just lived such a solitary life that this arrangement makes me uncomfortable. I don't think I can fall asleep like this. Yes, we've kept watch for each other on our journey before, but somehow this feels different. I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know if I'm ready for it. I'll just sleep on the floor instead. No, don't worry about me. You just get some sleep. Good night, Your Majesty. Sleep well.